All right, yes, thank you very much for staying with us once again and joining us on this channel, Sports 7GH. It's always a great pleasure to have you join us. Thomas Partey scored a brilliant goal for Arsenal Football Club, marking his best ever season for Arsenal since he joined the club somewhere in 2020. We are going to bring you more details about that particular game, his performance, and why he was taken off around the 69th minute. Yes, he wasn't injured, don't worry. And then also he had some few words to say. We are going to bring all of that to you. And then we will look at good news for Daniel Kofi Kyere, Okocha, speaking ahead of Ghana versus Nigeria game that will be coming on in London, the Unity Cup. Okocha, Nigerian football legend, has spoken about the Ghana versus Nigeria game. What did he have to say? We are bringing you all the details in this video on this channel, Sports 7GH. Please do also subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell and select all. Let me know your thoughts, comment, views, opinions below the comment section of the video. Alright, yes, today Arsenal Football Club drew 1-1 with Brentford in the English Premier League. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the 3 maximum points to keep the pressure on Liverpool Football Club in the race for the English Premier League title. Yes, Arsenal have dropped 2 points again. Last weekend they dropped 2 points. This weekend they dropped another 2 points. In fact, Thomas Partey scored a goal, beautiful one, a superb one as such for Arsenal Football Club. It was a corner kick for Arsenal, and then David Raya threw the ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice had a fantastic run from the 18-yard box of Arsenal to the opponent's 18-yard box. Closer to the box, Declan Rice passed the ball to Thomas Partey, who had run together with Declan Rice, and that is where Thomas Partey's goal, I think that he did very well, because as a defensive midfielder, if we've gotten the ball like that and we are going on fast transition, ordinarily you are not thinking of running like that. But the moment the goalkeeper got the ball, we saw Thomas Partey running from the 18-yard box of Arsenal towards the opposition 18-yard box, and that was where I think that Thomas Partey deserves a lot of credit for that run he made. And so Declan Rice gave him the pass, and he slotted home the ball. Very beautiful finish also. Yes, the way he slotted the ball home was a very brilliant one. And Thomas Partey has scored his 4th goal for Arsenal Football Club this season. It is the best ever goal or best ever season he's had, scoring a lot of goals like that. And it looks like Thomas Partey is already in a season of his life. Don't forget that in their very crucial quarter-final UEFA Champions League fixture versus Real Madrid, Thomas Partey had a beautiful and fantastic performance in that game, where after the game a lot of people talked about how good and how influential he was in the midfield for the team when you are talking about Arsenal Football Club versus Real Madrid. He helped them to win 3-0 in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. And then this weekend, scoring the only goal for Arsenal. In fact, he scored the first goal for them. It was around the 61st minute. Thomas Partey was substituted in around the 69th minute, and then 71st or so, 74th or 71st, one of them, Arsenal conceded the next goal. So what we've already been talking to you about now, that is what keeps happening. We've always said that Arsenal, whenever they have Thomas Partey on the field of play, even if they are not going to lose the game, you see that there is a certain of, and even if they are not going to win the game, you see there is a certain form of control for Arsenal. And that is what happened in the first half, in the second half, when Thomas Partey was on the pitch. The moment he was taking off, Brentford were growing in confidence, were attacking, and they found the equalizer. Very surprising for Arsenal not to get the maximum points, but Thomas Partey had a very good performance that deserves our commendation, that deserves our spotlight. Now, I will not come and read people's messages telling Arsenal that they should extend the contract of Thomas Partey again, because wherever you go on social media, Facebook, everywhere, what every Arsenal fan is saying is that Thomas Partey deserves a contract extension. And this thing is not negotiable. It is not negotiable. Thomas Partey deserves a contract extension. And if you look at the season he's had, 1, injury-free season. 2 goals, scoring goals, important, crucial goals for Arsenal. He scored a beautiful one for them versus Aston Villa. It was a very, very crucial and important goal. He has scored 1 versus Brentford, even though they couldn't take all the 3 maximum points. And he's here. Look at the performance he's giving. He's not getting injured too. What else should Thomas Partey do to get the contract extension from Arsenal? What else should he do to get a contract extension from Arsenal? So we will just wait and see how things go. But that was a fantastic and a brilliant performance from Thomas Partey, about the best player on the pitch for Arsenal and for the whole team. Is that nothing? He spoke after the game and he says that he loves to attack. He loves to be offensive, even though his real and fantastic job, his main job, is to be defensive for the team. But for him, he loves to attack sometimes when the team is attacking, and that is exactly what we saw from him, getting the 1 goal for Arsenal, even though they couldn't win that game. We are wishing them all the best, and we know that, again, if Arsenal will qualify to the UEFA Champions League semi-finals, they will need Thomas Partey in the midfield, and that's why Mikel Arteta substituted him from the game on the 69th minute, and Thomas couldn't finish the game because he needs him for the game versus Real Madrid away. One, Thomas Partey doesn't have to get really tired. He has to relax and then also refresh and go into that game. So if Arsenal wants to qualify for the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, they will need Thomas Partey, and it is non-negotiable. Now, some Arsenal fans have already printed their destiny. Now, Arsenal fans, hey, telling you people, why? You are yet to qualify to the semi-finals of the competition, and people are already printing that they've won the competition. It's 2025 UCL winners. Hey, Arsenal, Naboga, Sanamote. But these are some of the JC's Arsenal fans brought to the stadium today as they drew 1-1 with Brentford in the English Premier League as we speak to you about it. Now let's move on and talk to you about Daniel Kofi Kyere, Black Stars midfielder who has gotten injured for like 2 years now. 2 years in here. Obi animze Kofi Kyere chese ye twefa boa emfada. ACL injury no, it's very difficult for him to come back, and it's getting difficult. Now, Freiburg's coach has given a very good news and positive news about Kofi Kyere, saying that Kofi Kyere has been training individually and sometimes too he trains with the team. And that is a very good news because ACL injury there, if you are able to train with the team in bits, okay, or parts of the team training, then Kofi Kyere is a very good news over there, and it looks like he's coming back gradually as we speak to you. So that's a very, very good one. Is that not it? Yes, Daniel Kofi Kyere's coach spoke about him once they were ahead of the weekend game. They played this particular today they played versus Mönchengladbach, and Kofi Kyere's coach says that, look, yes, the injury is worrying. The injury is now, he's been out for 2 years and they are trying to get him back. Sometimes he trains individually and sometimes too he gets part of the group training of Freiburg and trains with them. And I think that is a very, very positive news for all of Ghanaians to know as our Black Stars player is gradually coming back, all right, over there. Now, let's move on and talk to you about some other issues. The Ghana versus Nigeria game is coming on, and 2 legends of both teams, legend of Nigeria Super Eagles, legends of Ghana Black Stars, have spoken. 2 legends. Now, Laryea Kingston has spoken in fact, he has spoken and talked about the last time Ghana met Nigeria in the Unity Cup, this same competition we are going to play in London. He scored a goal. He was very influential in the game. He has said some few words. We are bringing that to you. And then Okocha has also spoken about the match. He says that, the match here is a very, very entertaining match. It will be a good banter. And if we have to bring Jollof in, obviously we will bring it in. If we have to bring the Jollof tin, whether Ghana's Jollof is better than Nigeria's Jollof or not, we have to bring the Jollof banter in. Let's listen to Okocha.
It's always, well, I mean, it's always a good match to watch. You know, it's always a healthy rivalry. You know, so yeah, I'm expecting it to be a good game, you know, and a good banter before and after the game, you know. If we have to involve jollof rice, we will, you know. So there are a lot of things to talk about, you know. But for me, it has always been a healthy rivalry.
All right, yes. So those are the views of Jojo Okocha on the Ghana versus Nigeria friendly game that will be coming on later in the month of May 31st, 2025. As we bring you all the updates and the latest news. Like Kingston has also spoken, he has some few words to say about the last time we met Nigeria, how influential he was on the game, and the scenes that went through the minds of the players before the game, the likes of ACN, Asamoah and the rest. And Nigerians too had some very, very good players. What went through their minds before the game versus Nigeria? Like Kingston speaks.
Ghana, Nigeria, we all know Ghana, Nigeria games are very important for the two nations. We are brothers. Ghana, Nigeria, I always say we are brothers. Even though we have Togo, Benin in between us, we click more than the other two countries. So every game is a very competitive game between these two countries, and it's a game that everybody have to come out and then play his heart out. So going to the game against Brentford, Ghana have gone a very long years without beating Nigeria. Our best game will be draw. I quite remember the best game between 1994, Senegal 92. Since we beat them with Abedi Peles and all that, we did not beat them till that Brentford game. So building up to the game, we had a lot of pressure. A lot of people telling us, "Oh, we've not beaten them since '92." And for us going into the game, most of the players I quite remember from the hotel to the game, Brentford Stadium, I can see the bus that we were traveling with. Everyone was quiet. I quite remember a player like Michael Essien, quiet on the bus. Everybody was quiet because we wanted to change that narrative, because we've gone many years without beating them. Our best game against them will be a draw. So for us, we want to win the game at all costs. And then talking of playing in front of like Ghanaians in London, I know they have a lot of Nigerians there too, but we also have a number of Ghanaians that wanted supporting the team. We wanted to come out and then play our hearts out. I'll be very honest. When we started the game, because of the tension, we were jittery in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Nigeria could have scored like 2-3 easy goals. But we were able to contain them and then frustrate them till we had a grip on the game. But as soon as we found our feet in the game, we started dominating play. I was lucky. I had a very understandable squad around me. Top players at that time. Most of us are playing regular in our clubs. Consistency in our clubs, and then we have a lot of unity in our group. So we put up a very good performance, and I quite remember the Nigerians were disappointed because they also had a very good squad. They were disappointed. At some point, the fans have to jump on the field and then stop the game for some time because they were disappointed with the performance the Nigerian players are putting up. But
all right, yes, thank you very much for staying with us and joining us once again. I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye bye.